So you're probably familiar with that you can deboss text like this on a surface or emboss features like this. But that's not what this video is about. Here I got this shape before the emboss. It looked like this. And I got this sketch. It goes in an angle like this, and it's longer than all the way around the outside there. So if we have a look in the emboss feature, we can see the sketch has wrapped around and is cutting in perpendicular to the surface. So it's like an extrude, but it cuts perpendicular to the surface instead of just straight. Or it could also add. And this created this body that has this slope that goes the same rate all the way. So next example is this shape, and this is not what you used to think about when thinking about what Emboss can do. And the Emboss feature is in fact quite early here, and it's created there to build some geometry for the rest of the project. So let's try this. We need this, what we're interested in to create this, this path here. So from the top, it looks perfectly circular thing. And therefore I created this cylinder to work on. And it's 100 in diameter. Sketch on a construction plane out here and create that waveform, just one of them. We need these to be not straight in that way. Behave like that. And let's make this a little bit longer here. And this will also be straight. So let's make this symmetrical. These two should be equal. And I want this to be straight as well. And I want this to be constrained vertically with the midpoint here. And by pressing Shift, I get the midpoint to pop up like so. And let's also constrain it to the origin. So it looks like this now, and we can manipulate the wave with the handles. But Emboss only works with closed profiles, so we need to do that as well. And we also need to know how long this has to be. So we know the diameter is 100, and let's say we want five of them around here. So this dimension should be 100 times pi in capitals divided by 5. And to make it a closed profile, I use offset here, and this distance doesn't matter, but we don't want it to be construction, of course. And sorry. And close it off like this. So now it's a closed profile. now when I use Emboss with this, on the surface, we can know that the upper line here is exactly the length of our sketch because it wraps around mathematically correct. So next step was to use a ruled surface on this path. Dried it out a bit and angled it like so, perhaps. Okay, so now we don't need the cylinder or that sketch anymore. And we can pattern this body with a circular pattern. We need 5 of them. And as you see, they match up perfectly. So select them and stitch them together. And then I just patched this. Doesn't look like the shape before, but anyway. I maybe have to fiddle around with the angles and such. And stitch them together. And then create thicken. So yeah, not like the first one, but you get the idea. You can create some funky stuff with this. Okay, for the last example, we use what we've learned in both of the previous ones. So it can cut perpendicular to the surface, and we can also set it to a certain distance. So from this line to this line. So, and then I just mirrored it. So before the emboss, it looked like that. Let's delete that. And I created a sketch here. We need something to grab onto, so project this line. And yeah, let's sketch that in just with lines. And for that wave we want to go here, I used fit plus point spline between the corners and made them horizontal and also equal. So we can manipulate the shape here by dragging them. And the last thing to do is determining the dimension here for this. So if we have a look at this fillet, it says a radius of 10, and it's governed by this fillet feature. If I finish sketch, it's 10 millimeters, and it also says D6 there. So let's use D6 in our equation. If I edit the sketch, so D6 times pi divided by 2. It should be. And that way it should wrap around this bend here perfectly. So finish sketch and emboss. And I don't want tangent chain selected, I just want to emboss here. So as you see, it cuts perfectly, it's perpendicular to the face, and our dimensions matches the ones of the fillet. Okay, and then just mirror this feature. Yeah, that's it for today.